सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अन्तिमसत्य नमः शिवाय अगणितनामा नमः शिवाय अघनिर्मूला नमः शिवाय अमितानन्दा नमः शिवाय अविनाशाद्या नमः शिवाय आगमविनुता नमः शिवाय आत्मोल्लासा नमः शिवाय आद्यकवीशा नमः शिवाय आपच्छेदा नमः शिवाय आमयभेदा नमः शिवाय आर्तसुबन्धो नमः शिवाय उज्ज्वलगात्रा नमः शिवाय ओंकारतला नमः शिवाय करुणापाङ्गा नमः शिवाय कर्माध्यक्षा नमः शिवाय कांक्षारहिता नमः शिवाय कामितवरदा नमः शिवाय कालाबाध्या नमः शिवाय गुणमणिहारा नमः शिवाय धननिस्सीमा नमः शिवाय चिद्घनरूपा नमः शिवाय चिद्रूपाङ्गा नमः शिवाय चिरचिन्मात्रा नमः शिवाय चिरसुखसारा नमः शिवाय जगदाधारा नमः शिवाय जन्मविदुरा नमः शिवाय ज्ञानजलनिधे नमः शिवाय ज्योतिर्पुञ्जा नमः शिवाय तमोपहारा नमः शिवाय तुर्यातीता नमः शिवाय त्रिजगन्मूला नमः शिवाय त्रैमलशूला नमः शिवाय दीनसुरकुजा नमः शिवाय दुःखध्वंसा नमः शिवाय दोषविभङ्गा नमः शिवाय धर्मसफक्षा नमः शिवाय भक्तजनपाला नमः शिवाय नयनिर्लेपा नमः शिवाय नादशरीरा नमः शिवाय निगमाभेद्या नमः शिवाय निजनिश्चिन्ता नमः शिवाय निजसुखभरिता नमः शिवाय नित्यविनूत्ना नमः शिवाय नित्यविमुक्ता नमः शिवाय नियतिनियन्ता नमः शिवाय निरवध्यविभो नमः शिवाय निरहङ्कारा नमः शिवाय निरतोत्साहा नमः शिवाय निरुपममहिमन् नमः शिवाय निरुपाधिघना नमः शिवाय निर्गुणसिन्धो नमः शिवाय निर्जरवन्द्या नमः शिवाय निर्जितमोहा नमः शिवाय निर्मलचित्ता नमः शिवाय परमपवित्रा नमः शिवाय परमोत्तुङ्गा नमः शिवाय परिपूर्णाङ्का नमः शिवाय पातकदमना नमः शिवाय पाशविनाशा नमः शिवाय पुण्यश्लोका नमः शिवाय प्रणवाकारा नमः शिवाय बाधकशून्या नमः शिवाय बुद्धिविगम्या नमः शिवाय वैन्दवरूपा नमः शिवाय भक्तसुभृत्या नमः शिवाय भद्रविशेषा नमः शिवाय भवभयकाला नमः शिवाय भुवनोद्धारा नमः शिवाय मङ्गलधामन् नमः शिवाय मन्त्रावयवा नमः शिवाय महिमविलोला नमः शिवाय मानातीता नमः शिवाय मुनिजनमान्या नमः शिवाय मोक्षोपाया नमः शिवाय यतिकुलनम्या नमः शिवाय यमिजनसेव्या नमः शिवाय लीलामूर्ते नमः शिवाय लोकसुरत्नाधीना नमः शिवाय शान्तागारा नमः शिवाय शाश्वतसत्या नमः शिवाय शुभभाण्डारा नमः शिवाय शोकात्रिपवे नमः शिवाय सन्तततृप्ता नमः शिवाय सन्तापहरा नमः शिवाय सन्तोषमया नमः शिवाय संस्तुतिपात्रा नमः शिवाय सज्जनपोषक नमः शिवाय सदमलपूज्या नमः शिवाय सद्गुणशीला नमः शिवाय सद्रूपाङ्गा नमः शिवाय सरसामोदा नमः शिवाय सर्वशुभकरा नमः शिवाय सर्वाधारा नमः शिवाय साधुजननता नमः शिवाय सुखवारिनिधे नमः शिवाय सुगुणातिशया नमः शिवाय सुज्ञानिवरा नमः शिवाय सौन्दर्यनिधे नमः शिवाय सौख्यसमुद्रा नमः शिवाय सौम्यशरनिधे नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा नमः शिवाय हृदयावासा Shivaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Let me offer pranams to all of you. One of the great saints of India was Basaveshwara. He was a lover of God, so much so that his body itself had become a temple for him. He says, Yanna kale kamba, Yanna sirave vanna kalasa, Yanna dehave degula. Wonderful words. My legs are the pillars of the temple, my head the golden pinnacle, and my heart, the temple. And inside, who is there inside me? There is only Kudala Sangama. Wonderful, isn't it? He looked upon his body as a temple, and he felt the presence of a Kudala Sangama Deva in his heart. Wonderful. Wonderful. Therefore, he was called devotee Bhakta. Who is a Bhakta? Who is a devotee? Who loves God, who feels the presence of God everywhere. He is Bhakta, devotee. And Basaveshwara was a great devotee. Great devotee. He says, not even for a second I can remain separated from God, Kudala Sangama. Wonderful, isn't it? Even for a second, he says, I don't feel God as different, God as outside me. He is there inside me. He is there outside everywhere. That is how he looked upon God and felt the presence of God everywhere. He was thus called a great, great lover of God. Therefore, in every saying, in his every saying, we can feel the presence of the divine. Can feel. He says, there is a heat in water. May not see you, you can't see it, but it is there. You have to feel it. So also God is there everywhere, and you have to feel Him, feel His presence everywhere. You can't see him, but you can feel him. And your mind is there to feel the presence of the great divine principle everywhere. That is how Basveshwara lived. Such great saints lived in India. Therefore, India is called a holy nation. It is a Swarga on the earth because here live the great lovers of God. Great lovers of God. We also love the things, but what we love are just small things. Here is a flower. I love it. I love it. Basveshwara loved it because God is there in the flower, in the form of a beauty. God is there in every beautiful object in the form of a beauty. Wonderful, isn't it? In the form of beauty, colors, wonderful colors. In the sun's shine, in the moon's cool shine, he used to feel the presence of a Kudala Sangama. That's why Basveshwara is respected very much. He is worshipped by thousands of devotees everywhere. And his love, his devotion was not limited. It was unlimited. Because God is not limited. God is unlimited, isn't it? The table is limited. Flowers are limited. This form is limited. This ashrama is limited. Everything that is there in this world is limited. But Kudala Sangama is unlimited. Unlimited. Therefore, whatever you see, wherever you see, whatever you see is a Kudala Sangama. Kudala Sangama. Unless there is a devotion in our heart, we can't feel the presence of the divine principle in this world. In the world that surrounds us. We think that there is sun, there is moon, there is sky, there is the earth. And Basveshwara used to say, there is a Kudala Sangama there, here, everywhere. Not in Kudala Sangama city, but in everywhere he is there. In every object, in every being, in everything, God's presence he felt. We feel the coolness of the morning air now. We feel it. We can't see it. We feel the coolness and how happy we become. So also he used to feel Kudala Sangama everywhere, every minute, and his whole body was filled with Kudala Sangama. Therefore he said, my body itself is a temple. It is a temple. And God is there within me. Not only my body, every object that is there in this world is a temple of God. This tree is a temple of God, isn't it? These plants are temples of God. Everything that is there, small or big. Ano Raniyan Mahato Mahya. He is subtler than the subtle, greater than the great. In every object, whether it is an atomic object or a big object, God's presence he felt in them. That's why He is called a great devotee. Only devotees can feel the presence of God. Only devotees. Not thinkers, devotees. If I love God, then I begin to see the presence of God within me, without me, everywhere in the world. That's why Basveshwara is very much loved by devotees. Devotees. Unless there is a devotion in our heart, we cannot love either Basaveshwara or Kudala Sangama. We can't. There must be love within our heart, and that love makes our eyes loveful, capable of seeing the presence of the Divine, the great lover of the universe. That's why Basveshwara was respected, honored, admired, worshipped everywhere in those days. And he says, Aradaru nimma pujisuvaraya, nanu nimma pujisalamme, adenu karanavendare, yanna pujisuva hasta nive adiragi. Just to see. Whoever may worship God, but I cannot, because the worshipping hands are not mine, they are Kudala Sangama himself. If my hands are Kudala Sangama, how can I worship with hands God Kudala Sangama? Yaradaru nimma nenevaraya, na nimma neneyalamme. ಅದೇನು ಕಾರಣವೆಂದಡೆ ಆ ನೆನೆವೆಯನ್ನ ಮನ ನೀವೇ ಆದಿರಾಗಿ. See how beautiful it is. My mind is there, which is to remember God, but now it is not my mind. I have offered my mind to Kudala Sangama Deva. Therefore, I cannot love you. If I have to love, I must have a mind. My mind. But now, my mind is not my mind. O Kudala Sangama, it is thy mind. It is your mind. I have offered it to you. And this mind and you yourself are not two different things, O God. You are not different from my mind. Mind has become one with you. Yanna mana nive adiragi. Aradaru nimage arpisuvaraya, na nimage arpisalamme. Adenu karanavendade, yanna sarvangavu nimage arpitavayittagi. People offer objects to God. They offer food, they offer water, they offer objects, the precious things they offer. But here he says, Yanna Sarvanga I offer. My whole life itself has become prasad, an offering to you, God. Now it is a prasad. Just to see how he looked upon his body. Yanna Sarvanga Vella Nive Adiragi. Sarvanga means body and also the mind inside. The body outside, external, and mind inside, internal. They, both of them, they are offerings to you, God. Both of them I have offered to you, God. Once I offer to you, they cannot be mine. If I give this flower to you, I can't say that flower is mine. Offer, offer. I gave it. Once I give it to somebody, it cannot be mine. God, Kudala Sangama, nothing is mine. Yanna Sarvanga Vellavu Nive Adiragi. Adu Karana, just to see how he says. Bhakta Dehika Deva, Deva Dehika Bhakta Yandudagi Shruti. He says, who is a devotee? Who is a God? Bhakta Dehika Deva. God is there in the heart of Bhakta. Bhakta Dehika Deva. God is there in the heart of Bhakta, devotee. Bhakta Dehika Deva, Deva Dehika Bhakta. And what about the devotee? He is the heart of a Kudala Sangha. God is there in me, I am there in God. There is no difference between God and me. Now I am Kudala Sangama himself. Wonderful, isn't it? I am a Kudala Sangama himself, not different from him. Bhakta Dehika Deva. Bhakta Dehika means Deva resides in the heart of Bhakta. And the Bhakta himself is the body for God. And God himself is God. Bhakta, body itself is the God, the body of Kudala Sangama. Just to see, Kudala Sangama is in the body and the body is in Kudala Sangama. There is no difference between those two. There is no Vasaveshwara, there is no Kudala Sangama. There is only one reality, and that is Kudala Sangha. One reality. I am not different from you, Kudala Sangama. Once a drop of water falls into the ocean, it becomes ocean itself. Kudala Sangama, you are like the ocean of existence. I am like a drop of existence. If I fall into you, I become one with you. I become one with you. My body is yours now. My mind is yours. My heart is yours. My hands are yours. Whatever I thought previously are yours. Now I am Kudala Sangama himself. There is no Basaveshwara. There is only Kudala Sangama. What a wonderful words he uses. Aradaro nimma pujisuvaru. Aradaro nimma nenevaru. Neneva mana nive ayattagi. How can I think of you, God? I cannot even think of you because thinking mind is not there in me. It is offered to you. Therefore, I cannot do anything. I can't worship you. I cannot think of you. I cannot exist apart from you. I am you, O Kudala Sangama. Therefore, he called God as a Kudala Sangama. Who is God? Kudala Sangama. Sangama itself is God. Every object, every being, in the end, goes into him, becomes one with him. A drop of water flies into the sky, travels everywhere on the surface of the earth, and in the end it comes down and falls into the ocean, becomes one with the ocean. I am just like that. I am a drop of a consciousness, O God. You are the ocean of a consciousness. I am a drop of consciousness. For years and years, I travel in the world. I move in the world, everywhere. And one day, I come down, become one with Thee, O Kudala Sangama. What a wonderful word, Kudala Sangama. Not this Kudala Sangama, it is Sangama means one, into which everything in the end enters. Everything goes into it and disappears into it. That is Sangama. God is Sangama. The ocean doesn't say that you come to me, you do not come to me. The drop may be small or big. A river may be big or small. Every river, every stream, every drop of water have to get into the ocean and become ocean itself. The drop may be small, it may not be clean. Still, it goes into the ocean, becomes one with the ocean. That is how a devotee lives in this world. He thinks that he himself is a drop of consciousness and he is here to see the world, to enjoy the beauty of the world, to feel the divinity of the entire universe, and then become one with the reality, one with the Kudala Sangama. How beautiful words he uses. And he says, I am not there. Now I am not there. Whatever I had is offered to God, Kudala Sangama, Bhakta Dehika Deva. Bhakta Dehika Deva. Where is God? Bhakta Dehika God. You are in the heart of a devotee, lover. Therefore, Basveshwara used to say, love. Love God. And whatever is there before you is not different from God. Therefore, love everything that is in the world. Love everything. This brick is not different from God. This carpet is not different from God. You are not different from God. You may accept it or not, but you are not different from God. Because everything comes out of the ocean. Every drop has to come out of the ocean. There is not a single drop that comes from the sky. It comes from the ocean itself. Therefore, the drop belongs to the ocean. The drop belongs to the ocean. It may hover in the sky for thousands of years, but a day comes when it comes down and becomes one with the ocean. Isn't it? So also is this jiva. It is a drop of consciousness. You are all small drops of consciousness. You are hovering in the world. You are moving in the world. But how long? Any long. Any long. You may live here for billions of years, but one day or the other day, you will have to go into the ocean of consciousness. Become one with it. You may dream of it or you may not dream of it. You have to go there. You have to become one with it. This is why he called God what he called Kudala Sangama. Sangama, Sangha. Ocean. Sangama means ocean in Sanskrit. Kudala Sangama. Everyone has to go into the ocean, therefore it is a Kudala Sangama. Every stream of consciousness has to flow into the ocean, divine ocean, infinite, endless, wonderful ocean of awareness, consciousness. Man, one day or the other day, you will be there. You will be there. Now you think that you belong to this society, you belong to that community. All these things are temporary. Temporary. A drop falls on a petal of a flower. What we say, the drop is on the petal. But really, this drop has to go there. It has to become one with the ocean. You may be here in Vijayapur or in Mumbai or somewhere else in America or Europe. But you have to return to the ocean of Kudala Sangama. This is how Basaveshwara used to look upon the world. He used to look upon the world. Therefore he said, Bhakta Dehika Deva, Deva Dehika Bhakta, Yandudage Shrute. Nimma mutte yannuva mare. I touched you and I become one with you. Just a word, Kudala Sangama, I become one with you. Just to see the beauty of it. How he loved God. Every moment he used to love God because his heart was filled with love, pure love. Pure love. That doesn't mean he did not love the world. He loved the world not because it is a world, but because it is a place of divine presence. This world is a temple for him. Everywhere there is a Kudala Sangama, Kudala Sangama. Therefore, he thought himself to be a devotee. Devotee. Who are these people? You asked. Who are these people? These people are Kudala Sangama. I alone am a devotee. Because I am seeing Kudala Sangama's presence in every heart who is there before me. In every one of you, there is that Kudala Sangama. Therefore, I am a devotee and all these people are not devotees. They are not bhaktas. They are very Kudala Sangama Deva. Wonderful vision, isn't it? Wonderful vision. This is why Basaveshwara was loved by Kudala Sangama. loved by great saints of the world. Kudala Sangama. Wonderful, isn't it? Now we are going to meet again on Sunday next. Are you coming? Do you come? Next Sunday we will be here again and think about the world. Namaskar.